Perfect, thank you. Oh, nearly. Thanks, you too. Oh my god. We nearly just had a caramel mac all over the floor then. That would not have been ideal. My heart literally just dropped out of my mouth. I'm trying to go right here. Oh my god, I need to just compose myself because... Oh my god. I need a minute. Oh. Can someone please be nice to me and let me out? This is stressful. You know when sometimes it's just easier for people to let you out and they still don't? Right. Oh, you know what? It's not happening. It's not happening. I'm going to have to go around the roundabout. Right. Hi guys. I feel like that was the most chaotic welcome to this video. Nearly dropped my caramel mac, couldn't get out of a junction, was having driving anxiety, so had to go all the way around roundabout just to come back because no one would let me out. And yeah, but anyway, we're parked up. I've got myself my huge. I always have this split, like, last minute conversation with myself, like, should I try something new? And I really wanted to try the new Starbucks drink, the toasted marshmallow oat shaken espresso or something, but then I know I won't like it as much as this, and I just feel like if I'm getting a Starbucks I want to enjoy it and I don't want to waste it. So we got the huge and it looks like a good one as well. I needed that. So yeah, I thought we could have a little sit down and chat together. I feel like I just wanted to sort of like bring you up to speed with why I haven't been posting. I feel like when I started this YouTube channel, I had such a sit down discussion with myself, and when it comes to things like this, I'm always really like disciplined, and when I have a vision of something, I like to get it done, and I set goals in my head, and if I don't hit them, I get really annoyed with myself. But obviously things happen, and it just, such is life. I also wasn't posting on TikTok, and usually I post every single day, and I did actually get a few comments of people like, are you okay, like you've been really quiet, and that's really nice, but it's just like sometimes it just works like that. But yeah, anyway, I actually got COVID for the second time and it did wipe me out. I wasn't actually going to test myself for COVID, but my boyfriend works in an office and his manager was actually getting a flight and going away, so we thought it would be considerate to test, and it came back positive that I did have COVID. So obviously had no energy, was completely wiped out. The last thing that I wanted to do was film videos, get the camera out and look at myself, because I felt about 95 years old. I was literally bedbound for like 5 days, which was driving me insane. I was so bored, and you know when you just get really frustrated, like you don't want to be in bed, you don't want to be sat around doing nothing, but you literally have no energy to do anything, so you don't have a choice. So yeah, I just had to rest and make myself feel better, get my energy back and my strength back, which is why I was gone. And then I also, last week, as soon as I tested negative, I booked in to get my skin peel, my second skin peel. So I'm actually really, really pleased with that. I don't know if you'll be able to tell because I have got a bit of makeup on. I had to film a video earlier. So I've popped a bit of makeup on, but I'm so chuffed with my skin peel. But this time I had it, so I've had two now. The first one wasn't as strong, but the second one was really, really strong, and my whole face was peeling. It was like when a snake sheds its skin. Like my whole chin was flapping off. I had bits all over here that were like really crusty and flappy. And I just thought, no, I'm not getting the camera out. I also filmed a weekly vlog just before I got COVID, and I was so chuffed with myself because it was a full weekly vlog. It was a spend the week with me. I was working from home. It was just like my typical week, and I brought you guys along with me, but I also did like some fun little things in there. Like I did my lash lift routine, we went to the shops a few times, literally went to edit it, got all the footage and stuff, and I had a storage issue with my laptop. I couldn't render it and like export it onto YouTube. It all became a bit technical. So that's why we haven't been on YouTube for, I think it's like a month now. So yeah, I just wanted to bring you up to speed with that. And also at the moment it's really like a new challenge because I'm self-employed now, so when I'm poorly or I can't work for whatever reason, it's me and only me that has to like pick up the pieces for that. So if I'm not working, I'm not earning money, and obviously I have commitments that I have to stick to, and I can't push it on to anyone else, or you know, say, oh, I'm poorly, I can't get it done. I mean, I can say that to an extent, but it's a bit different when you're self-employed. So I'm kind of like learning how to get around that, and like we've just been really busy catching up with everything and getting everything up to speed really post COVID and post face peel. So I'm back and I'm hoping to be uploading again on this channel every single week. So if you're not already subscribed, then please do subscribe. I am trying my best and I am holding myself accountable on this channel to be consistent with it. And I'd also love to hear from you guys what you'd like to see. I feel like a lot of the time I am on my own. I work on my own. I work for myself at home. So I don't really get up to much, or, you know, during the week it's not that exciting, but I would like to bring you guys along with me and do like typical day in the lives and stuff like that. I get so many questions over on TikTok about what I do as my job, how I earn money, how I spend my days. So I thought we could chat about that as well, because it's something that I don't mind sharing about and giving some tips and tricks on for people who are maybe thinking about getting into what I do. Basically, I am a social media manager and a content creator. So obviously now I am earning a little bit of money from my own platform. So like my TikTok, I have management and they're amazing and they get me brand deals and stuff like that. But that isn't my sole income, and that would not be enough to live on. So I also do social media management. So I manage people's socials, obviously. I don't know why I'm giving a definition of that. You probably know what that entails. You know, I design their feed posts, their stories, I make reels, I do their content strategy, and I just work really closely with a few brands and companies on their social pages, which I'm absolutely loving. And I always get people sending me DMs and messages and commenting on my TikToks asking for advice on how to get into that industry, and just like some inside information. And I feel like I'm not really in a position to give that out, just because me personally and my experience, I have been really blessed, and the work kind of, I don't like to use the word expression like fell into my lap, but it sort of did, and like all the stars aligned, and everything happened for a reason, and I was really fortunate with how things fell and how I fell into that line of work. So to cut a long story short, basically, I ran my own small business and it was selling dried flower bouquets and homeware. And it was such hard work. Like the physical work was intense. I had a workshop that I'd set up in our garage and it was freezing cold in there. I know it sounds pathetic, but like me and physical labour and physical work just don't do well. Like I'm just not cut out for a proper day's physical work, if that makes sense. So I was on my feet for hours and hours and hours. When I started my business, I was working a 9-to-5 office job. So it was 8 till 5, so I was in the office 8 till 5. I'd come home, we'd quickly make some dinner, maybe go to the gym, and then I'd come back, I'd put my massive puffer coat on, 50 layers, and I'd head out into the garage, and I would be in there until like 11 o'clock at night, until like midnight, packing flowers, running around packing orders. Like honestly, if you've seen inside like a florist workshop, you'll know how messy it can get, like all the stems covering the floor. Like it was quite intense, and the amount of work that I was putting in, like the physical work, I was absolutely exhausted, working at all hours around the clock, had no social life, and I was getting from that business just enough to pay my bills, like just enough to scrape by. I had no extra money on top of that, so you know, any shopping or anything like that, couldn't do it. I just had enough to put in my part of the bills and the mortgage and stuff like that. So I got to a point, it was actually when like this whole cost of living stuff started and everything became really hard. I just had to make the decision to nip it in the bud and cut my losses and just move on from my small business. And to be fair, at that point I was so over it that it didn't even upset me. Like when I put on my socials that I was stopping that business, you know, I had some of my loyal customers, they were so lovely, but they were like really upset and, you know, talking to me as if I would be really upset. And, you know, I didn't feel sad at all because I just cut my losses with it, as I said. But the side of the business that I really, really enjoyed the most was the digital side. So the side where I could take my laptop and just sit on the sofa or go to a coffee shop or, you know, go down south and spend time with my family and work on my laptop. That's the side that I loved. And I really wanted to, in my next venture, I really wanted to implement that and bring that side of work into what I was going to do so that I could be like a digital nomad, and as long as I had my laptop I could do my work. Didn't want to go into a 9 to 5. I personally, the way that I work and stuff like that, I hate having a boss. It's quite a toxic trait. I don't like being told what to do. I like to do things on my own watch, and basically I'm willing to do absolutely anything to be in that position, which is why I started my first small business. So I kind of thought of a way of how I could take those digital sides and transform it into a different business. And I actually was so fortunate enough. I didn't plan on going into social media management. I was going into content creation, so I was doing UGC for brands, I was doing like reel creation and stuff like that. But my first social media client, she actually reached out to me on my old small business Instagram. She'd seen like my feed and she'd seen like my posts and like my aesthetic design and stuff like that, and she said she really loved it. And she inquired like if it was my business or if it was being run by social media management. So I was really flattered by that, and that's how my journey started. So that was my first client. I've since brought on a few more clients who I work with, and yeah, it's going really, really well. And the thing with this line of work is, unlike my small business, there's no overheads. So as long as I've got my laptop and my phone, I can work. And that gives me like flexibility with my time. You know, my family live 2.5 hours away, so if I want to go down and see them, as long as I've got my laptop, I can work around them. I can work my own hours. I don't have to pay for like packaging supplies and postage and stuff like that, which was so hard running a small business. Honestly, hats off to anybody that does it, because it is so hard. It's harder than I think people realise. Running a small business on your own, running a small business in any aspect, but running it on your own is intense. Like it's like mentally intense. So yeah, that's sort of a bit of a backstory of what I do. I now, obviously, as I say, social media management and UGC content creation and content creation on my own channel. So if I was to give anybody a bit of advice on getting into the industry, or like tips and tricks from what I've learned along the way, it's coming up to a year. So summer last year is when I like took the plunge and transitioned to this line of work. And as you can probably tell from that little story that I've just told, things kind of fell into place for me. So I didn't actually, you know, I was quite privileged in that aspect, that I kind of like attracted that opportunity from my first client who reached out to me. But that obviously came from having an example of work on my small business Instagram page. So what I would say is get your portfolio perfect. Get your examples of work up to scratch. If you don't know how to use like Canva and Photoshop and stuff like that, get on it. There is endless resources online, YouTube. You can literally learn to do anything on YouTube now. And just make sure that, you know, you've got those skills in the bag so that you can start building a portfolio to send out to brands, and you know, you've got that proof that you can make things look pretty. You also need to obviously research into like content creation and like content strategy and all of that technical stuff. To be honest, I'm more of a creative person, so that line of like making things look aesthetically pleasing, like designing a feed, designing stories, making reels, like making it look pretty, is what I enjoy the most. But obviously you can't do that without having an informed strategy and all of that stuff, so it goes hand in hand. This coffee is so good. I feel like this has took a random turn, but I honestly get probably like 2 or 3 comments every single day on my TikTok videos asking what it is I do for work, because I understand it's probably like a bit confused and I post all these videos of me like at home or out and about, and people are probably just thinking, how the hell do you survive, like how do you pay your bills basically. So yeah, that's a backstory of how I got into the work that I do and what it is I actually do. Feel free, if anyone's got any questions or anything else, to drop me a message either on Instagram or in the comments of this video, and I don't mind helping people out if I can. This is what I'm saying, like I have received DMs and like messages and stuff, but I just feel like I don't feel qualified. I don't feel like in a position to give anyone else advice, because as I say, I was really lucky in my situation and my circumstances. I was lucky and I wasn't, because obviously I'd worked hard on my small business and it kind of like translated into that, and that's kind of what led me to that opportunity. And I feel like I'm always subconsciously like attracting things in my life, and everything's just like stepping stones, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's a little backstory of how I got into my work. I'm gonna drink my coffee, and I thought we could like spend the day together. My god, my voice, that was a bit scary. I was gonna go to the shops now and just have a little look around B&M and stuff, because we need a few toiletries and cleaning products. I did go the other day though, so I'm not sure if there's going to be anything new worthwhile showing you. And then I thought we could go home, and I'm going to take my makeup off, and I thought I would show you guys how my skin's looking after my skin peel. I have spoke on here before briefly, and I touched on it a lot in my weekly vlog that didn't happen, that I get really bad hormonal acne, and I've been left with scarring. I also was breaking out all over my forehead, all over my cheeks, and my jawline, which never normally happens. It's usually just my chin. So it was about time I went and did something, and I had the most incredible 2 skin peels with a local skin clinic. But I just thought it would be a great option if anyone else is struggling with their skin, and I just wanted to kind of like touch on my journey with it. So I thought we could like do a little pamper skincare routine. I'll show you the products that I'm using at the moment as well, because I spent an arm and a leg on these products that the clinic were recommending me, but they have worked like they're like no other products I've tried. So I thought we could go through that and do like a little skincare routine, maybe make some dinner together later, just like spend a little day together. And I'm so gutted about that weekly vlog. I do have all the footage, so I don't know whether to like chop it down into like a little mini like 1 day vlog if I can. But yeah, I feel like I'm rambling now. I'm gonna drink my coffee and then we'll go and have a little mooch in the shops together. I'm absolutely loving this range at the moment. It's called the Eden range. They have so much monochrome and neutral stuff, which is just right up my street. I absolutely love all of this. Look how nice all these vases are. It's like H&M vibes. I've just got back, and this is the most random thing that I have ever participated in my life, but my mum has recently started to, sorry, this is probably going to make you feel travel sick, me being all around the shop like this. My mum has recently gotten into doing puzzles, and when I was staying with her, she had it all like set out on her table, and I like joined her and we were doing it together, and it was the most peaceful and relaxing and therapeutic thing that I have done since probably being at school and doing like art and that type of thing, where your mind is just focused on what you're doing. And I have been saying to Sam for the longest time that I need a hobby or just something that can keep me busy that isn't on my phone, because I work on my phone, I spend my spare time on my phone, I wake up, I go on my phone, the evening in bed I'm sat on my phone scrolling, and it's almost become like muscle memory to pick up my phone and just go on Instagram or go on TikTok and just scroll, and I do it without even thinking about it. And I think a lot of people are the same nowadays, but it's something that I'm trying to get out of the habit of doing. And Sam's got into reading recently, so of an evening before bed he'll be like chilling, reading his book and stuff like that, and he's really sort of enjoyed doing something that isn't on his phone. And I think like for me, I have to physically force myself to not be on my phone. So I thought, Sam's just got back for his lunch, but I thought getting some puzzles would help me with that. So I've just picked up 2 puzzles from the charity shop. They were £2 each, and I'm so excited to start them. I'm gonna make myself some lunch now. I think I've got some leftover chicken from a couple of nights ago that I'm gonna have. I'm not really that hungry, but I've been going to the gym and I've been noticing some real aches and pains in my muscles. And I've sort of stepped it up again now that we've got the holiday booked. So I'm trying to eat a bit more protein throughout the day. I'm one of those people that like is not really fussed about lunch, so I have to like force myself into eating lunch. And then when I do make lunch, it never seems to have much protein in it, and it just seems to be carbs. So I'm trying my best to incorporate a bit more protein. That does not look appetising though, a box of cold chicken. I don't know what I'm going to have it with. I might just have a pouch of rice, some basmati rice. That is what I'm going to have. And then I need to get on with some work, but I think before I do that, I'm going to take my makeup off. So I thought we could do like a little skincare routine, and I will show you the new products that I picked up from the clinic when I had my skin pill. And yeah, go over all of that. Right, it is time to get this makeup off because it just gives me the ick having makeup on. I don't know what it is, but as soon as I've got anything on my face, I just hate it. And the quickest, like the soonest opportunity that I get to take it off, I take it off. So let's take it off together. And I'm going to go through the products that I picked up at the clinic that I've been going on about all day. I am going to preface this by saying these products cost a disgusting amount of money. The only reason I decided to invest in these products is because, as I've said a million times in this vlog already, I've had 2 skin pills now, and the lady that did them, she sort of like recommended some products for me to try out, and they're all like medical grade skincare. So obviously I have acne, and the stuff that you buy in like Superdrug and Boots and stuff, I just feel like it wasn't doing my skin any favours, and I tried it all. I've literally tried every single type of skincare pretty much under the sun. Wasn't getting anywhere with it, so I thought instead of me keep buying over and over again things from like Boots or, you know, like Superdrug, like the things that you can buy over the counter, I'm just gonna invest in, you know, the medical grade proper acne skincare that she recommended. And I thought, you know, if I'm paying out to have skin pills, I want to maintain that and keep on top of it when I'm at home as well, because I know that has a massive impact on, you know, how well your results go and stuff like that. So I'm just getting out my little trolley. I don't know if you can see it. I absolutely love this little trolley. I picked it up from IKEA and it is perfect. It fits perfectly underneath the sink in this little gap, and I can just pull it out and it's got all my products on, and I feel like a beautician. I feel like I'm working in a salon or something. And I actually saw an identical one to that in the range. It was a little bit cheaper as well. It was like £15 cheaper. But they had it in black, grey, white, and I think like a brushed gold, if I remember correctly. But sometimes it's just easier to go to like the range rather than go to IKEA for it. So if you like this little trolley, definitely have a look on the range. But yeah, anyway, so my skincare routine now has switched up a little bit. So I'm using a retinol now, so things are getting serious in the skincare department. This product is insane. I'm going to go through them all what I'm using at the moment. I have been using Skin and Me. I've kind of like taken my foot, I don't even know what expression I'm trying to say there, but I've paused my Skin and Me for now just because I'm having so many active ingredients on my face when I'm going to get the skin peels, and then obviously with these actives as well. But I do plan on picking that up again once my face is settled and once I've sort of like got into my new routine. But the first product I wanted to talk about is this one. Now, I pronounced this brand on TikTok the other day and I knew somebody was going to comment on it because I knew I was saying it wrong. I naturally go to say Obagi. I don't know if it's Obagi, Obagi, I don't know, but you can read it there. And this is the Cleansiderm Pore Therapy, and it's like a salicylic acid. You've got like the pump. It's like a toner, so I'll just use this with cotton wool, like 2 pushes of that, and wipe it over my face after I've cleansed with my Old Faithful, the Inky List Oat Cleansing Balm. I'm still using this because I'm sticking with it. I absolutely love it. It's really gentle and it just goes alongside this really well. And the lady at the clinic actually said that that was a really good cleanser and that she uses it herself. So big up Inky List for that. So yeah, I use my Inky List Oat Cleansing Balm today because I've put a bit of makeup on. I'm going to use this twice, and I will also use one of these microfiber cloths from B&M just to sort of help me remove the makeup. And then we go in with this, which honestly, this product, my face has never ever ever felt so clean. It literally almost feels like someone is blowing cold air onto your face. It feels that clean. Like, it feels like someone's taken the top layer of your skin off and like your underneath of your skin is just exposed to the elements, and it feels like someone's breathing on you. That sounds really weird, but that's the only way I can describe it. It just feels so tingly and fresh and clean. Like, I've never ever ever had my skin feel like that before. So it was definitely worth the investment. That was £43.20, and that's, I got that from the clinic. I don't know if you can get it cheaper online or something. And then I haven't been using SPF my whole life, pretty much. I've never used SPF. I know that's really bad. So she recommended me to use this SPF. Again, you can get this cheaper, but I just wanted to go for the products that she was recommending me. And again, this is the Obagi, I don't know how to say it. And it's a factor 50, just because obviously I am getting my skin peeled, so my skin's like more sensitive as well. Then I got the retinol as well in that brand. This is just the 0.5 retinol cream, so it's quite a gentle one, I think. And then for moisturiser, I've got the Hydra Drops. These are really cute. Inside, it's like little, literally like little drops, little balls of like oil infused, and when you put it on your skin, they're literally like solid balls, and you like break them down. It's really nice. This was so expensive. This was £77.89, which I nearly passed out, I'm not gonna lie, when she bought all these products through. I knew they were going to be expensive, but I didn't realise they were going to be that expensive. But I think it's an investment. A lot of these products I won't buy again. I won't top up on them. Like this, I love it, but I wouldn't continuously buy a £77 moisturiser because I just think that's a bit excessive for me personally. This, I would buy again and again. That is going to be a staple in my routine. I can tell you that for free because I love it that much. But things like this and the SPF, I probably won't be buying them again because I think this was about £60 as well. So it's not really feasible for me to keep buying these products, but I just thought I'm going to get rid of this acne. I'm going to do whatever I can. One last attempt. And this routine is really working well. I'm going to show you my skin now. We'll do a little cleanse and I'll show you my skin without any makeup on because I'm just really chuffed with it. By the way, I have fake tan on, so if you're seeing glimpses of like orange, what's it vibes, that's because I haven't washed the top layer of my tan off yet. I need to do that. Let's get a little hairband on. Look how cute this is. Let's whack this on and then I'll show you what my skin is looking like now. So yeah, first things first, I wash my hands all the time before I cleanse my skin. This looks wild. I didn't realise that it had the bow on the top. I don't think I've ever used this headband before. But with that oat cleansing balm, you want the water to be really warm. So I just run the tap and then I'm running out of this. I need to buy another one. I absolutely love this. And then I just warm it up with my fingers like this, so it's more of an oil rather than a balm, so I'm not dragging my face so much. And I just go over my skin like that, and it just starts to melt all the makeup away. Oh, I love the feeling of taking makeup off. It's literally my favourite part of the day. Oh, and get my mascara off as well. And then I literally just wet my hands. I don't splash my face because you want to emulsify the balm. So I just take a bit on my fingers like that and just wipe it all over. These like microfiber face cloths from Home Bargains and B&M. I absolutely love them. I've got like a shelf in this drawer full of them because I always use them to take my makeup off. They're just so nice on your skin. You can actually use them just with water to take your makeup off. I personally don't, just because I don't feel like that cleans my skin well enough. But they're really, really good. Even like your mascara and stuff, they take it off so well. They've got like a short haired side and then like a long furry side, if that makes sense. I absolutely love them. Okay, so I've just scrubbed my makeup off. My face is looking a little bit red, so I'm just going to let it settle. But I'm going to go in with the Cleansiderm on some cotton wool, just to wipe over my face after I've cleansed. Oh, honestly, I can't explain to you how amazing this product is. This sounds addy. I have not been paid to say this, and I have not been gifted that, as you can probably tell from the last clip that I was on about it, but it makes your skin just feel incredible, like it really, really does. I will purchase that product over and over again. Now that is going to be one of my staples, but yeah, you literally just use it like this and wipe over your skin like you would a toner, and you can feel it working straight away. So after I've done this, I'm then just going to go in with the Hydro Drops and pop some SPF on as well. I didn't realise the importance of SPF. I went over all of this in that weekly vlog, which is so annoying because I keep forgetting what I've spoke about and what I've not. But when I went for my skin peel, they put my head in this machine and it takes like really like in-depth imagery and photos of your face and like the layers of your skin underneath the top one, so you get to see like your oil production, and then you get to see like UV damage and stuff, and that was scary. Like, you can tell that I've not been wearing sun cream or like SPF, so that's like scared me into using it literally every single day now. And then I'm just going to go in with these Hydro Drops. These do feel really nice on your face, but I'm not sure they're worth the insane price tag. It's nice and clean and fresh. So yeah, I'll show you close up my face. It is a little bit red because I've just scrubbed all my makeup off, obviously. And this is scarring that I've been left with. None of those are active though, which is a good start because my whole face was covered in spots like all over my forehead. I had them here. I usually get blackheads here, but not whiteheads, but these were like big boil whiteheads and like under the skin spots, which were just not it. And I've also got a bit of purging because I only had my skin peel a week ago. So it brings out basically all the bacteria, the oil and the trapped dirt that's like underneath your skin, and it brings it up to the surface. So I think a bit of this is what they call purging, which is all of that bacteria coming out basically, which needs to happen. I'd rather it all just come out, get rid of these, and then hopefully I won't keep getting new breakouts. But like from here up is just clear, and I haven't had that for years, like probably since I was about 19, 20. My skin hasn't been completely clear like that. So I'm hoping once this clears up, all of my face will be like this. And you can sort of see in the light there, like all the texture from my forehead has gone, and I'm just really, really chuffed with my skin at the moment. So yeah, I'm just praying that this clears up, and then hopefully for summer we can have nice, clear skin. I'm just really, really happy with my skin at the moment. I'm really, really happy with the treatments that I've been getting. So if anyone's struggling with their skin, whether you've got like congested, oily skin, or you're breaking out, or you just want a refresh for summer, definitely look into skin peels, because I didn't even know about them until I looked into it, and then and like it's really recommended for acne and fine lines and scarring. So definitely something to consider if you want to treat yourself and give your skin a bit of a glow up before summertime. God, I'm out of breath. I feel like that took a real intense turn. I feel like I've just been preaching about skincare, but I just wanted to share that experience because I know how crap it is to struggle with your skin, and if something like that can help, like I don't want to go on Roaccutane or anything like that. I feel like it's a bit intense for me personally. Like I'm not on the contraceptive pill or anything like that because I just don't get on well with things like that. So I just want to try and do what I can without going on any medication, and it's working really well for me so far. But yeah, I think I'm going to round up the video here. Thank you so much for spending this little day with me. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you are new here and you haven't subscribed, then please do, because as I said earlier, I'm trying to hold myself accountable as possible. That didn't make sense, but as accountable as possible and post on this channel at least once a week, because I am enjoying it. It just takes some getting used to filming long videos like this when you're used to filming like short form content on TikTok, but I really hope you're enjoying it. And if you want to see anything else from me, then feel free to drop it in the comments. I always read every single comment, so feel free to say hi, and if you've got any suggestions or any questions regarding what I was talking about earlier, working in social media and stuff like that, or skincare, if you've got any questions, feel free to fire away. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.